Hi, welcome back. I'm here today with Lee Bennett, the historian of Emanuel AME Church. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Great.
So tell me a little bit, there's a lot of history here.
It is quite a bit.
Tell me about the history.
In 1872, this church is a wooden structure, had a capacity of about 2,000. But this church is destroyed by the earthquake of 1886. And then the church is rebuilt starting in 1891, completed in the spring of 1892. So the church is then built, and that's the edifice that we're here in today. The church still has the original floors, the original pews, all part of the 1891 church, as well as all the stained glass windows and the chandeliers within the church. The church has a massive pipe organ that dates back to 1908. That organ was purchased for some $800 at that time, and it's still the organ that we use here in the church every Sunday. This is the largest African American church within the city. It is the largest AME church south of the Mason-Dixon line. It has a balcony area up top with tiered seating, still the old wooden seats there. It's a Gothic revival architecture dating back to mid-1700s, noted by the high archways in the windows and some of the brickwork on the outer portion of the church. The pastor back in 1891, L. Ruffin Nichols, was the pastor, and he certainly considered the church one of his greatest achievements. His body was exhumed later on, and the body of his wife exhumed, and they are both entombed in the steeple of the church. So they're forever with us here at Emanuel. As I think some of the noted speakers here at Emanuel, certainly had Paul Laurence Dunbar in 1902, Booker T. Washington in 1909, W.E.B. Du Bois in 1921. We had Dr. Martin Luther King in 1962, along with Reverend Wyatt T. Walker, Julian Bond in 1962, and Coretta Scott King comes in 1969, almost immediately after the death of her husband in 1968, to lead the local hospital workers' strike here in Charleston with the local union 1199B. The church is a very resilient church, and certainly has a long history of resistance. Certainly part of our history is the tragedy of June 17, 2015, where we had 9 members of the church were murdered during Bible study. There were 5 survivors. The church has a rich history of over 205 years, and we know that this church will be around for a very, very long time.
For more information on the Mother Emanuel AME Church, head over to motheremanuel.com.